How often do you make decisions like that based on taxes? I hate that I even take that into consideration.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, you have to. I typically think about it. I'm at least aware of it within like the last half of the year. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to act on anything, but at least I know like, okay, maybe I'm going to sell company X. Maybe I'm going to hold off, buying something or, um,
Right.
but I definitely take it into account, but it also has to be worth it. Like I'm not going to totally optimize for
Or
taxes
tax
if
gains.
like, if it's really not going to make a difference. And there's an element of risk to it where maybe you sell shares that you want to keep, so you need to either buy it back or do what you did with Bumble. And
Yeah.
it could be a little
Speaking of
messy.
doing a trade for taxes, yeah.
Yeah.
The Bumble trade was specifically for tax purposes. I don't want to reduce my Bumble shares, and I don't necessarily want to increase them at this position. I already have a lot. A significant portion of my portfolio is in Bumble, but because I have some short-term gains that I could offset with in my non-IRA accounts, I should say, that I could offset with some taking some losses on some of the more expensive Bumble shares that I have bought. I did purchase some Bumble shares this week, and then the plan is to sell approximately that many, maybe a little bit more in late December when the 30-day period has passed for tax loss harvesting. Um, so that'll allow me to sort of basically, delay some gains, taxes on gains, if you will. Eventually, it all catches up with you, so it's like a wash. But which is why I wonder if I should even do any of this sort of thing. But it does seem to be something that, like, at least on the short term basis, it feels like you're doing something right when you
Right.
do something for tax purposes.
So, and
But
the
long term,
way
I'm not sure it matters.
for this Bumble transaction, you're doing it a little bit backwards how people typically do tax loss harvesting, but still valid,
Right.
where you're buying the shares up front and then you're selling the old shares 30 days later, as opposed to selling the old shares immediately, then waiting 30 days to buy them back.
Yeah.
Can you walk through why you kind of did it in this backwards format?
Yeah. The um, I mean, you obviously you can do it in either direction, and I might do some more selling than the number of shares that I bought in late December. Now, what happens is if you do it the way, like, where you buy first and you sell later, you're sort of like guaranteed to get the current price on the shares that you're buying, but you have no idea what you're going to get on the sale price. So the losses could be more or less than, like, what you're doing. But at least you're guaranteed not to have fewer shares than you do now. If you do it the other way, where you sell a bunch of shares, and this is something I did in 2022 with Meta. I had bought some shares in the 200s in late 21 or 22. I don't remember the exact time frame. Meta had gone like down to low 100. So I sold some of my $200 shares, thinking I'm going to buy $100 shares 30 days later. But then 30 days later, it Meta had already started ripping, and buying them back, I had to pay a significant higher price for them. So I was like, damn, I should have done the reverse. I should have bought some and sold 30 days later. And then if the stock would have ripped, then I'm still in a beneficial position. But of course, you're risking more cash by doing it that way too. So both ways has its ups and downs. And in the Meta case, I didn't get a chance to buy those shares back because the stock had ripped. And in Bumble, I didn't want to necessarily be in that situation, which is why I bought first.
Is
Now,
this the
you
first
know,
time you've bought first for tax loss harvesting, or have you done it before?
I think this might be the first time. Last year,
Okay.
I think I did get rid of some Rivian late in December, and then ended up buying them back later, earlier this year, at, I think, a lower price. So it ended up working out in my favor. Um, but yeah, you can sort of do it in either direction.
Right. Yeah, last year I sold Rivian for tax loss harvesting, but sold in November thinking I was front running people that were going to sell in December. And
Right.
that was a bad call because Rivian started going up, I believe, in December.
Oh, did it
Um,
really? Okay, I
yeah,
don't remember exactly when I did my
yeah,
Rivian
I just
transaction,
know
but
I
it was.
sold at not a great time.
Yeah. So these things are too like tax motivated transactions just feel like like I'm not sure I should be doing them to begin with, but yeah.